still have souls in his hat. Ha ha ha. This guy's
Wait, I think I broke one of the duels. Wait, he's just standing there, menacingly.
You broke the standoff. Oh my god.
He's not doing anything. He's just looking at me. Are you kidding me right now? This game is so dumb, dude. Oh, Samurai Jack. That intro was gonna be cringe, right? You thought. Ghost of Tsushima follows the main character Jin Sakai, aka Yu, the sword-wielding samurai and leading master in diaper jutsu. His story is about how he goes from an honorable samurai to the ghost that saved Tsushima. Aww. Along the way, you'll meet many memorable characters such as Yuna, Taka, Uncle Shimura, and Ryuzo, and also some randos and side missions, but even they are pretty interesting. The story is entertaining, and most of the scenes will make you want to go out on your own samurai journey. Don't. Please don't. COVID is... This game is just really well made, and it feels like you're a samurai, you know, trying to protect his home. But I bet you're like, who's even fighting? I bet they're stupid, I bet they're weak. It's the Mongols, and their leader, Kotal Khan, a man who makes your blood boil hot enough to fry encapurias like it's your 7th Hispanic family reunion in 1 week. He and his army have some cheap tricks of his own and leave you feeling unable to win, until you learn that you have to do what you must to win the fight against the Mongols. So yeah, that's basically all the story I could say without like any major spoilers. I guess it's combat time. Combat is really smooth with cool mechanics that are easy to get the hang of, and reward you for learning all the little things about it. You have a skill tree that unlocks different things like perfect parries, perfect dodges, stuff like that. You also have stances that are used for fighting different enemies. For example, stone stance is used for swordsmen. Basically, if you're using the right stance, you could dodge, kill, and stagger enemies way quicker and more effectively. These stances can also be upgraded and turn you into a new Terminator. If the combat wasn't already nice, you have ghost weapons and mythic abilities. Ghost weapons are things like smoke bombs and firecrackers, or a common household item like a sticky grenade. Mythic moves are gained from doing mythic tails and are usually over-the-top moves like Heavenly Strike, which is basically a no-you card in any fight. But you can only use these mythic abilities if you have a certain thing called Resolve. Resolve are those little yellow circles you see on the bottom left of the screen right now. And if you have 3 of those, you could use one of them. If you have one of them, you could use the Heavenly Strike, the one I was talking about before. But Resolve can also be used to heal yourself and do, I think, a few other things that don't quote me. And if that doesn't already make you feel like over-the-top overpowered, then you also have certain things like Hot Springs, Inari Shrines, and they are called Bamboo Strikes, yeah. Those things can upgrade your character. Bamboo Strikes upgrade your Resolve, Hot Springs upgrade your health, and also show your character's fat cheeks. Inari Shrines upgrade your amount of charms, and charms are other things that you can put in little slots that upgrade your character even further, but they're mostly like little stuff like moderate health increase, or if you shoot an arrow, it has like a 5% chance of giving you another one. All of these things will eventually turn you into this unstoppable force of mass destruction, but there is also another part of combat which is more stealthy. You are called a ghost for a reason. You can sneak around and kill people in silence to avoid raising attention, and quietly take all of their Christmas ornaments like the Grinch. Whenever you are being sneaky, you have the option to do assassinations and watch the Mongols slap each other after you shoot a hallucination dart at the commander. Basically, there are a ton of ways to kill these invaders and steal their V-Bucks.
V-Bucks?
That's still not the end of it, because your outfits make you strong too, with a bunch of different effects like cutting faster, or dealing more damage, and don't forget it makes you look awesome. This game made sure that you can customize your character to whatever standard you want. As you can see, I've been rocking some different outfits in most of these clips. The outfits they're going to be making consist of the main outfit itself, which is the armor, and then there's going to be a hat and any mask that you want. Each outfit comes with a hat or mask, but you know, you could change it. Oh, and you could also change the hat, sorry if that confused you. While your sword never changes, you can change the color scheme of it with some cool sword kits. Some are furry, some are feathery, and some are just plain old kind of bad. One of them looks like a JPEG. But all that customization means nothing if you can't take a picture. And this game understands that, and it added a photo mode. And let me tell you, some of these pictures are really cool, and some of them are not so cool. You get the point. These outfits plus photo mode equals like really amazing. And as you saw in the pictures and throughout this video, the scenery in this game is mind-blowing. Some of the locations are just insane and look so beautiful, just to be ruined by me. Because literally every time I try to take a cool picture, it turns out like this first, and then I end up doing whatever this is. And to get to these locations, just to be ruined, you have to, you know, get there through certain mechanics. You can fast travel, which is the wuss's way of getting around, because then you get to see none of the beautiful scenery. Or you could ride your horse, your beautiful stallion, into battle, fight like 7 Mongolian armies, and then reach like a single flower. You know, it's usually kind of worth it, not just a flower half the time, but it's really cool to like ride the horse around, and then it gets you really attached to the horse. You're gonna love that horse through and through. Or use it as leverage to jump off a cliff. It won't die, it'll be fine, but it'll fall over. I was kind of hoping to make this video longer, but I'm kind of like out of things to talk about unless it goes into like spoiler territory. You'll hate Khan, that's all you really need to know. There's 3 acts in the game, a huge map, surprisingly, a ton of side quests, ton of mythic tales. All the mythic tales get you something cool, from explosive arrows to the ability to, you know, unlock your inner Sharingan. But either way, you're going to have a really fun time with this game, as there's a bunch of stuff to do, a bunch of playtime. I'm currently trying to get Platinum, that's how addicted to this game I've gotten. And it's just overall a lot of fun. The combat is smooth, like I said before. The photo mode is always a joy to mess around with, whether you make something completely autistic or something that actually looks really cool and that you're proud of. And there's also duels in the game. Duels, well, standoffs. I said duels at the beginning of the video because I'm got them confused, but duels are just you against one other person. You don't have your ghost abilities or anything like that. You have your mythic abilities. I don't think you can pull out your bow, I don't remember. But there's those, and then there's standoffs, which is basically you get to choose between being a ghost and a samurai. It's not like an option that you pick, it's just more your playstyle that you want to go through. And if you try to play as a samurai, then you get to start off a fight with a standoff. And what that does is that there'll be a certain amount of enemies. You can upgrade how many come at you. But if you release at the right time your attack, then you kill them in one hit, or they smack you and then you're like one hit away from death. It's a trade-off. And usually they're pretty easy. Sometimes the Mongols will screw you over because they can feint their attacks, and that screws you over big time because you won't be expecting it, and out of nowhere you get walloped by some spearman who has the attack of like 300 milliseconds. It's worse than For Honor, basically. No, I wouldn't go that far. Guess the last thing I'll talk about is the soundtrack, because it hits hard. The game uses it perfectly. You won't even like notice the music whenever you're playing necessarily, but once you like get into the scene and then you listen close to it, it's so good. They managed to like master this thing, and I guess it's a good final point because I just love the soundtrack for this game. Download the Spotify soundtrack if you can, you're gonna love it. And also you can use the soundtrack in photo mode. So if you want to save like a short clip, you can't use it like clips as a theme in the background for the PlayStation, sadly, but you can make something cool with it. And I guess that's it for this video. Subscribe, it's free, it's fun, it's nice. I am slowly losing sanity.